It's both in a significant question and a significant answer.
I really don't know. Now, when I say I don't know, I really mean I don't know. That means I'm not waiting for an answer or expecting someone to answer me or looking for an answer. I don't know. Which means my mind is completely alert, but I'm not looking because I don't know where to look or to whom to ask. Now, in that state, I begin to discover. Because that state is real freedom. Such a mind is the religious mind. No longer seeking, no longer demanding experiences, is not caught in visions. And such a mind has an activity totally different, at a different dimension, which thought can never possibly reach. Thought has a place, very small place. But when one realizes that, thought has no place at all. Which doesn't mean you live on ugly little sentiments, emotions. So one can function normally, healthily, sanely in this world with a mind that is not cluttered up by thought. And it's only such a mind, the religious mind, that can know something beyond all the imaginations and structure of man's hope. There is no perfect society. And society doesn't want man to be free.
Society does not want man
to be free, because freedom means, according to socials, freedom means disorder. Yes. Revolt means disorder. Revolution means disorder. So society says, forbids that. But man is always seeking freedom. But freedom merely outwardly in relation to the social structure. Therefore, he is a revolt against society, but not a revolt against the inner psychological structure which has created this society. I don't.
Yes. Therefore, the genuine radical is the revolution occurs within the human being.
Yeah. Within the skin rather than within the framework of social order. Because we are taking a journey together into the whole psychological structure of man. Because in the understanding of that structure and the meaning of it, we can then perhaps bring about a change in society. And society, God knows, needs a total change. A total revolution. All similarities should be distrusted.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, psychologically, man has built this extraordinary structure called society. Because inwardly he is that. But outwardly he's going to lay down laws how to control that. But inwardly we have...
No. Yes, I follow.
Inwardly we are just wild.
It seems to me that society and the individual's inner makeup, that a society and an individual's inner makeup can be governed by quite different laws. In fact, be two quite different things. And I know much less about the laws that may govern an individual inwardly than I do about the laws
Quite,
that govern
quite,
society.
naturally.
And yet at the same time, from what little I know about the laws that govern society, I find I have a profound pessimism
With regard to
respect to creating a new
society. Quite. So that's why, sir, the problem is not changing society at all. And we always go off about talking about changing society, good society, great society, and all that. I think the real problem is, can there be a real mutation in the human mind? That is the real question. When that takes place, society will look after itself.
It is as if that human society may have evolved, but the human being as such has not.
Has hardly evolved. And that, of course, awakens a problem, brings a problem. Is there evolution? Psychologically, not outwardly, there is. But psychologically, is there such thing as evolution? That is, becoming better, changing from this to that, or creating an inward perfection. All that implies time. And time is essentially, through time you can't possibly change the psychological factor.
No.
So if one can put away all idea of gradual revolutions inwardly, then we have to face the fact what is inwardly each minute and see if that fact, if what is cannot be absolutely be eliminated immediately. That is the real question. I don't know. There is no end to talking, to words, to attending meetings and reading. But attending meetings, reading, discussing has very little value. If attending meetings, discussions, and all the rest of it is merely a stimulus, then you are dependent. As people are dependent on LSD, on music, on pictures, on doing something. And as long as one is dependent, one is in conflict, one is in despair. And one has to come, not through reading, to discover the whole process of knowing oneself. For the knowing of oneself is the beginning and the end of all misery.
This has been the second of 8 programs presenting Krishnamurti, whose singularly challenging approach to the problems of our time places him outside of any simple category like philosopher or religious leader. Subsequent programs will explore love, fear, conflict, the aging of the body, and death. In his next talk, Krishnamurti will speak of freedom from fear.
This is NET, the National Educational Television Network.